Hello everybody, this is my 2011 Chevrolet Volt. I bought it used about a year ago, and the new model of Volt is about to come out, and I imagine a lot of people are going to be upgrading from their lease to the newer model, so there should be a lot of used Volts available. I'm from British Columbia, Canada. This is a Volt I bought a year ago from the States and imported. I just want to create a few videos explaining how an electric car like the Volt works, and how to operate it, just so maybe it gets rid of a little bit of confusion when you go test drive a car, because a lot of dealerships actually don't know much about these vehicles. So we're just going to go over about how to turn the car on and a few little tips. So the car itself uses a little key fob, and its battery, there's no actual ignition switch in the car at all. You just have to have it in the vicinity, and then you can turn it on. Now if the battery dies in this, you can push this button and a little key comes out. Up in the top here, underneath a rubber mat, is actually a place you can put this key into, and then you could start the car. But my battery's good, so I'll just show you how it works right now. So I'm just going to put this in this little pocket here. You put your foot on the brake pedal, and there's a power button located here. Car will come to life. There's a little graphic will run, you'll hear a sound. You could adjust all those sound levels if you want. And the car is ready at this point. I also have a Nissan Leaf, and it has a very odd shifter. This one works very much like an automatic car, although there's no gears which it goes through. So this is your primary infotainment display, and this is your dash display. So this has the speed, your range, all kinds of information. You could cycle through many different screens, such as oil life. You can go through your current economy. A lot of reviews online have talked about how confusing this center panel is. I found it was maybe a little bit confusing for the first 3 or 4 days, but then everything kind of makes sense. I think the problem Chevy did was they did put a lot of buttons on here, and these kind of duplicated functions. A lot of things that you press here you could also do through the screen. But I do find it nice having actual buttons to use. So this car, 2011, comes pretty well equipped. It has a rear view camera, it has proximity sensors. But let's say we wanted to take this for a drive. The car is on. I put my foot back on the brake. This is your parking brake. You push it in, it's a button to disengage. And it's an electronic parking brake. You'll hear it move, and there's a little P, red P up here. The shifter itself just goes down, you can reverse. If I go into reverse, you will see that the rear view camera comes on. As I turn the steering wheel, it will kind of show you where your car is going to end up, which angle you're going to go. This is handy. This is equipped in all 2011 Chevy Volts. Once you get past 2011, they had multiple different options. You could have a rear view camera without these navigation, depending on how your car is built and what the options are. It's not really a deal breaker to have that or not, but it is kind of a cool thing. Next down is neutral. There's no real reason you'd ever use neutral. And then you have drive. In drive, you just let go of the brake and you'll start moving forward. There's also one lower called L. L is brake regeneration. So that engages heavy engine braking to make electricity. I find when I'm driving around in Victoria in traffic, I could just leave it in L and actually virtually not use the brake. It's really handy as well if you're on a highway and you have to stop, or that you see a stop light ahead, you put it in L and you will make quite a bit of electricity. Downside is that when you're in this mode, it doesn't actually engage your rear brake lights. So something to consider, you need to be aware that if there are people behind you, maybe you want to tap on the brake pad a little bit just to let them know that you are slowing down. And I'm going to back up a little bit. The camera does have a little bit of a lag. Back up, put it in park, pull this down, and it's ready to be turned off. I can just go like that, and we're good to go. This will show you a little overview of what your economy was, how much electric range you had, how much gas range you had. Of course, with the Chevy Volt, the gas motor is just an electricity generator. It doesn't actually have a physical connection to the wheels. So you will only use gas if your battery hits 0. And even when it is running on gas to make electricity, it's hyper efficient. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. I hope it helps, and look for a bunch of new ones. Thank you.